it, then don't listen.
Chirp family, what's going on? It's your boy HeIsMellowD, Mellow, Jalil, Drippy, whatever you want to call me. And we are back with another episode of Ima Shut Up podcast. This is episode 39. I hope everyone's having a good day out there. If you're not having a good day, go do something to make sure that you have a good day, because who's in charge of your happiness? You are. Before we get started, I just want to tell everybody who's watching and listening to make sure that you like, follow, share, subscribe, retweet, repost, all of that good stuff and all of that amazing stuff to this podcast so this podcast can grow. As I said, this is episode 39. So this is our Willie Parker episode. If you don't remember Willie Parker, he was a running back for the Steelers. Excuse me. Obviously, I know most of our running backs and shit. But yeah, man. As I want to say, as I usually say, I hope everyone's mental spirits are high. I hope today was better than yesterday for you. And all that good positive stuff that I like to say all the time. Right off the bat, I gotta say that I am sorry to all my listeners, watchers, supporters, all of that stuff, all of you guys. Gotta apologize to y'all because the audio on the live episode is really bad. Like really, really bad. And yeah, there's really no excuse around it. It's just bad. I should have tried to do like some test runs first to try to get it right. But I will tell y'all, though, the next live episode that I do will not be like that. I won't do another live episode until I got it right and I know that the sound will be good. It sucks because it's like the live episode was pretty cool. I had some people coming in and dropping comments and stuff. That was cool. But with the audio being so bad, I feel like I kind of like just wasted some topics and bits on there on that episode. It is uploaded though. If you want to go listen to it, that's perfectly fine. You can, but I will tell you guys as my fans, supporters, and all that good stuff. Some of those bits that I did probably you'll hear on a later pod, like on a later episode, because some of those bits I use that I kind of wanted to do clips from them, and it's like I can't do clips with bad audio. So yeah, and not saying like this audio that I have right now with the setup that I have right now is amazing, but it's way, way, way better than the audio of episode 38. So again, I just want to say I'm sorry to all my fans and supporters and everything. And anybody that was watching the live episode as we were going, if you couldn't hear me, I'm sorry too, because like I watched that shit back and like I was trying to edit it. I was doing all that I could to try to get the sound to sound a little bit better, and it wasn't working out for me. But all in all though, I thought the live was pretty cool. I think this kind of showed me where I am, like fan base wise, well at least on Facebook, because like I think at the most, like the peak of the live was probably about like 10 viewers at one time, which is cool. Like I know that I'm still growing the pod, so like the numbers aren't going to be crazy, and I don't really talk about like a lot of super controversial stuff that I guess people will want to join in and join the conversation on. Like I really just be up there, like I'm usually, as I do this regular pod every day, like, well, not every day, but every episode is just me telling some of my stories or giving y'all my spin on like, or my take on what's going on in pop culture and shit. So it's like, I guess that really isn't like captivating enough for a live. I don't know, but I thought it was cool though. Had some people commenting in and stuff like that. That was cool. I don't know. Maybe once I hit another landmark that I want to hit, maybe I'll come out with it. I'll do another live show. But I will say the audio will not be that bad again. That's all I had to say about that. But yeah, man, it was all in all, I would rate the live episode like a 6.5, 7. Yeah, like it wasn't bad. Like it made it to maybe like 200-300 views within the little live window, I think. So that's dope. You know, can't expect astronomical numbers when I don't even have 500 followers on my Instagram yet. I do have a collective over 500 followers for Ima Shut Up, because you got TikTok that's around like 230, 240 maybe. Then Instagram is around 315. Yeah. So I'm over 500. I'm over 500 collectively. I don't know. I just need to figure out how I can get people to convert people from watching the clips to start watching full episodes or listening to full episodes. I don't know. It's a daunting task. I will say that, because it's just like everything is kind of just trial and error. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But we are steadily growing, steadily growing. We've been going what was my first episode in November? November, like at the end of November, right? November, December, January, February, March. We about 5 months in. Damn, time be going fast as shit. Holy hell. But yeah, we're doing all right. You just got to get those average listeners up. Like right now, we're between like 15 and 20, which is cool. Again, like I know, I'm like a nobody in the pod space right now, but I'm working, and that number is going to continue to grow, and hopefully I'll find all of the stuff that I need to have like a better sounding, better looking podcast. Even though I don't know, but yeah, that's really it. That was my recap on the live episode. Again, sorry to you guys for having to deal with that terrible audio. Also, too, if you hear like construction in the background, they're building a new building right next to mine. And, I've told you guys. Well, I don't know if I told you guys, but the walls in this motherfucker are paper thin. So you can hear everything they're doing outside right now. So hopefully it doesn't come through on the mic. But nextly, that's enough apologizing and everything. I want to get into like, I don't know. Well, the topic is it's phrases that don't make sense, right? Now, when you think about that, like there's a bunch of phrases that just don't make sense, and we've just like taken them and just ran with them, but it really makes no sense at all. Like, listen to this. Fight fire with fire. Wouldn't that just cause more fire and for things to be burned faster? Why are you fighting fire with fire? That's never that's never going to put the fire out. You fight fire with water. Like, I know like most of these are just like metaphors and shit like that, but it's just like, no, it don't make sense. It doesn't make any sense. Another one, break a leg in, the creative world. They tell you to break a leg instead of good luck. That is terrible, because what if I actually go out on stage, or I go do my concert or whatever, and I actually break a leg? Do you feel like that was your fault because you told me to break a leg? Oh no, I meant good job. Well, or good luck. So why the fuck didn't you say good luck? It's not bad luck to say good luck before a performance or something. Where the fuck did that come from? That shit makes no sense. Another one. Money can't buy happiness. That is some complete bullshit that like rich people had to come up with to try to keep us poor. Because bitch, give me $10 million. I guarantee you I'll be happy as shit. Happy as fuck. Elated. Ecstatic. Fucking jubilant. I'd be all them things. This was one of my dad's favorites when I was growing up. A month of Sundays. Like, people say like, oh, I haven't seen you in a month of Sundays. First of all, what the fuck is that even supposed to mean? A month of Sundays. Sunday is either the last or the first day of the week, depending on how you look at it. But I don't understand the correlation with a month of Sundays. Like, is it because they're trying to say Sunday is like the longest day? So a month of the longest days is a long time? Like, that's a phrase, that's a saying I truly do not understand. A month of Sundays. Yeah, that shit don't make any sense. I don't even have another explanation other than the one I just gave you. And then the last one, apple of my eye. I don't have any apples in my eyes. Like, where did that come from? I have a retina, a cornea, and like, I don't know, all the other eyeball name things, but I'm pretty sure nothing in my eyeball is named an apple. So why the fuck is the saying the apple of my eye? And why apple out of all fruits anyway? And again, the apple of my eye, that's, people use that when they're talking about someone looks really good, right? Like, they're really beautiful. Like, usually it's a guy using it for a girl. It's an older saying, but it's usually like, oh, she's the apple of my eye. Nigga, just say that she's beautiful. Like, what the fuck? Like, there are so many sayings in the English language that literally just make no sense whatsoever. And I don't know where they came from. And I'm really just like, I'm calling them out. We're gonna talk about all of these different phrases that don't make sense, but these are ones I got right now. But that fight fire with fire, bro, that shit don't make any sense whatsoever. None of these shits do. But yeah, man, I just wanted to talk about that real quick, because where do these shits come? Where do these phrases come from for real? Like, it really makes no sense to me at all. And obviously, you know, I could look it up and get the origin and everything, but as I tell you guys, it is funner to just come on here and talk my shit and talk out of the side of my neck sometimes and just say whatever. So yeah, that's what it is. I probably will go look them up though. But nextly, you know, the big, well, not the big thing, but a thing that's been kind of going on social media for a few months is like girl math, right? And like, if you don't know what girl math is, it's basically just like the calculations and formulas that girls come up with in their mind to make things make sense. So I got some examples for you, so you, if you're not following, you can follow along. So here's an example of girl math. Always pay more for free shipping. So if your online total is $15, but you can get free shipping at $30, the girls will spend another $15 to get that free shipping instead of paying $3 for shipping. That's so they don't waste the $3 on the $3.99 on shipping, which is essentially, yeah. But yeah, that's girl math. I don't know, cause I kind of do that too. But I'm also like, I like to shop and I like to buy shit. So yeah, but that is girl math. Another example. If it's on sale, that means you're making a profit. So basically, if an item is on sale for $50 and it was originally $90, technically $40 was made. You see what I mean? That's girl math. That shit don't make any sense at all. No, you just spent $50. You didn't make 40, you spent 50. That's it. And then another example. Well, I got two more. Another example is buying accessories is a good investment and good investment. So basically, if you pay $300 for a purse and you use that purse 20 times, it was only $15 a wear. But if you wear that purse 50 times, now it goes down to $6 a wear, which is basically $1 per wear, because anything under $5 is free, consider according to women or girls, right? So you're understanding the girl math, correct? And then the last one is, if you pay with cash, it's free because you are not watching the number drop in your account. So gave you a little crash course and a couple examples on what girl math is. So now you can kind of follow where I'm going with this. I'm seeing a lot more of these types of things, but in a different way. And nobody has given it a name yet, so I'm gonna give it a name. And this is basically baddie math. So there's a difference between girl math and baddie math. So I just gave y'all the examples of girl math. Here's some examples of baddie math. Okay, a baddie math is you pay for that girl's nails. That equivalates to her giving you head with said nails on her hand. That's baddie math. You buy her some super expensive heels, shoes, bags, something. Her equivalent is you might get some Air Forces. You might get some $100 Air Forces for Christmas. Baddie math. You drop $600 on her hair once every, I don't know, 2 months. Her equivalent, she might pay for your haircut for your birthday. Baddie math. And last but not least, you take her to a 5-star restaurant. Her equivalent, solo aesthetic pics of the food and the vibe of the place that you are taking, but you will not get in that picture. Baddie math. So I hope y'all like my new I hope y'all like my baddie math. I think it makes sense. I've seen a lot of this shit online, so that's how I came up with it. So yeah, that's baddie math. And all the baddies, man, y'all are mathematicians, man. Y'all are great. I love the equations that y'all come up with because yeah, they're just great. Oh man. Nextly, oh man, I wanted to talk about oh yeah. So remember, I forget what episode it was. Probably not the last episode because that was a live episode. Maybe like within the last 4 episodes, right? I told y'all about the like I told y'all a little snippet of like the little Wesley story, right? So now I'm gonna just basically give it to you guys because yeah. So man, this dude Wesley, we was like super cool. Like it was me, Ty, and Wesley. That was the 3, right? When I went to Vokey, 9th and 10th grade, and a little bit of 11th grade, right? Now it was me, Ty, and Wes all together all the time. We was out every weekend, blah blah blah. You know, friends, 3 amigos type shit. And so then you fast forward until like we graduate high school because I wound up leaving. I wound up going to Highland for my last 2 years. They stayed in Vokey, but you know, we still stayed in touch. But it wasn't like the friendship wasn't as strong as it was as when we all lived together. Because obviously, like I didn't have a car. I lived in Blackwood. They were still in Sicklerville. Yeah. So yeah, but once I graduated, I moved back to Sicklerville. So now we basically right back into the 3 amigos thing. But now Wesley and I smoke. Ty doesn't smoke yet. So a lot of the times it was just me and Wesley hanging out because we smoked and Ty didn't. And Ty was also a father of 2 or one or with the second one coming. So Tyrone has been a grown ass man. This is a sidebar. Tyrone has been a grown ass man since he was like 16 years old, bro. Like he's been working, having grown man jobs, all of that shit since he was like 16 because he had a kid very early. Shout out to that man. But yeah, so basically me and Wesley would be together all the time, chilling, smoking, you know, being friends, doing the friend thing. And then fast forward some more time, Wesley gets into selling weed. And that's cool, whatever. Get your bread. I'm working at McDonald's. I'm working at Burger King at the time. Um, there's a story there too. Me quitting Burger King, but we'll talk about that another time. But yeah, I'm working at Burger King at the time, not really making no bread, but yeah, Wesley keeps trying to get me. He's like, bro, like you see the type of money I'm making with selling weed and everything. He was like, bro, you should just join me, like just sell weed with me. He was pushing and pushing and pushing to get me to sell weed with him, and at first, I'm like, nah, that's not me. I'm not a drug dealer. Da 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 blah blah blah. You know, all that stuff. But then, I don't know. Let's say a month of persistence, I cracked, and I'm like, all right, bro, yeah, I'm gonna start selling with you. So he basically puts me on. Like Wesley basically now becomes, instead of like one of my boys, Wesley is my big homie in a sense because he's putting me on. He was giving me like 2 ounces and telling me to sell. This was back also too when ounces was like close to $300. So he would tell me to he front me 2 ounces, tell me fucking bring him like 400 back or something 400 something, right? But able enough to where I could make some profit and do what I was doing. So then everything is smooth. Everything is running smooth for like a good 2 months. Now I'm at to the point where like I don't even have, he's not even fronting me no more. I'm just straight buying. All right, 2 ounces again. I'm buying my 2 ounces, busting it down to dimes, nicks, dubs, and fucking eighths, busting it down, making my bread back. So now, yeah, we got a nice little rapport going. Anybody that want to buy smaller shit, Wesley sends them to me. Anybody that want to buy bigger shit, I send them to Wesley, right? Boom. So that's that. We we living, we chilling, we doing what we do, making our money in Sicklerville. Fucking, time goes by, and now it's about that time. Wesley is literally about to leave for school, right? He was going to Mercy University. Now, we've fast forwarded some things, but now the day he was supposed to leave to go to college, right? He hits me up because he wasn't supposed to leave until like 4, like 4:30, 5 o'clock, right? Wasn't supposed to leave until that time. He hits me up around, he hits me up around like 12 afternoon. He's like, yo, bro, I want to link with you. I want to, get together and everything before I leave out because, I'm going to school today. I'm like, all right, cool. No problem, bro. I'll come get you. I'll come scoop. Picked him up, and I'm thinking we're about to go straight to our normal little smoke spot. No, he was like, yo, bro, you mind taking me to go pick up a pack real quick? And I'm like, yeah, fine. I don't care. It's whatever. It wasn't too far. So he goes and he picks up like a QP, right? Big boy shit. I'm not gonna lie. Wesley was moving some shit. He was doing some shit for real. So he goes and picks up a QP. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. And now he was like, we'll smoke some of this, but I'm gonna take the rest of this up to me with school, do what I gotta do up there. Cool. So now we go to our normal little smoke spot. And our normal little smoke spot is my my there's that fucking construction. I really hope you guys can't hear that shit. Oh my goodness, that shit is so annoying. But we go and the little smoke spot is like my complex, right? But my complex was kind of in the cut, and it's like you park on the back, not the back of the complex, but the back kind of like block of the complex. There was like you can see everything, right? So that's where we park up. We go get there, start rolling up, getting ready to smoke. Now, remember I told you he had a QP on him. We see, like, we're sitting there smoking in the car. We see a cop like maybe two cops pulling. Yeah, it was two cop cars pulling to the complex. But this complex is one way in, one way out. So as soon as we see them pull in, we we wait until they pass us, and then we get out the car and we go sit on the porch of my stepmom's of my first stepmom's house. Cause yeah, that's we used to go to that court because it's like I used to live here. I'm familiar with the area. I know what's going on. So yeah, we go to her porch and sit there. Fucking cops, they circle around like 2 or 3 times. They see us just sitting on the bench. Now, this was probably harassment, but it's hindsight and it's years old. But we're just sitting on the bench, just chilling, not smoking, not doing nothing now. Cop pulls up on us, was like, "Hey, what are you guys doing?" It was like, "We're just chilling, sitting here." She's like, "Oh yeah, really? That's what you guys doing? You ain't doing nothing else?" I'm like, we're both like, "No, we're just chilling. We're just sitting here." Right? You would think the cop should just go on about his day. No. This nigga then starts to grill us, proceeds to grill us. "Oh, I seen y'all get out of that black car. That's y'all black car over there?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's my car, officer. What's wrong? Is it a problem for us to like get out of the car and then come sit on the porch?" "Nah, it's just very suspicious that you would get out of the car and just sit on the porch, not go in the house, blah 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 blah." And then he was like trying to bait us. He was trying to bait us. I'm like, this is well, I said my stepmom's house at the time because she technically still was my mom. My dad and her weren't divorced yet. So I'm like, this is my stepmom's house. Where I'm just here waiting for her. She's like, the cop is like, "Oh, well, then why don't you guys just sit in the car and wait for them then? Or it's clear that they're not here. Why don't you guys just leave?" So basically, this nigga wanted us to get back in the car so he could pull us over. That's what that cop was doing, right? So he was like, he could clearly see that I picked up on that. And I'm like, we're good here. We're just chilling. We're just chilling. There's nothing going on. We're just chilling. So I guess the cop picked up on that I was smarter than whatever he was trying to set us up on. So then they go over to my car, and obviously we weren't the smartest. Like you could see like probably like a roach blunt or a blunt just like in the ashtray because we was just smoking, but we seen the cops, so it was like we didn't want to be too frantic and moving around and waited too long, so we just like put the shit down and got out of the car. So he walks up, my car wasn't tinted. He looks in, sees, he's like, "Oh, what's all this stuff in here? You already told me this was your car, so what's all this stuff in here, right?" I'm like, "Fuck. Well, I'm kind of fucked now." So then I don't say anything. He goes back to his car and brings me paperwork. He was like, "Listen, you can either sign. You can sign this paperwork right now that gives me the permission to search your vehicle with me right here, or we can sit here for however long it's gonna take for the dogs to get here, and then we search your car without you signing this paper, and we just have search your car. We have the dogs walk around. If the dog basically like gives us a signal that there's something in the car, then we're going in your car." So I'm like, "All right, okay, that's fine." I don't sign the fucking paper. I'm like, "No, bring the fucking dogs out. Like, do your job." So they bring the dogs out. We sit around for about 20-ish minutes. Dogs come. They take the dogs around the car. The dog starts barking at the fucking passenger side door. They go in the passenger side door. Wesley had on a fucking army fatigue coat. Remember I told y'all that in the other job. He's like, officer's like, "Oh, whose coat is this?" Now, right off the rip, Wesley answers, "That's my coat, officer." Cause it was cold too. We was outside standing like, it was kind of cold, right? So yeah, this was like, sidebar. I know I'm kind of all over the place, but this was right before Wesley went back to school. Like this was like winter break kind of. So it was cold. Yeah, so quickly Wesley's like, "Oh yeah, that's my coat, officer." And I guess because we was fried, he didn't realize that he had a fucking QP in the coat. And then the officer was like, "Oh, well, there's a bunch of weed in this coat." Wesley gets quiet as shit. Now, quiet as kept. I had weed in my car. I did. But I had like a little secret hiding spot in the back of my trunk that you can't get to unless like even if the dog did smell it, you wasn't going to be able to get to it without knowing where it was. Right? Older car, little secret compartment that I kind of like makeshift made, right? So he's not saying the weed is his. He just said the coat was his, right? And now the cops are asking whose weed is this? I'm quiet because it's not my fucking weed, and I'm not about to be like, "Oh, it's his, officer." And he's quiet because it is his weed, and he don't want to be like, "Oh, damn, it's his, officer," or "Oh, it's mine, officer." So they take us to the precinct in two separate cars, right? Officer talking to me. I don't remember what the fuck he talking about for real. Yeah. But we get to the precinct. We're both in the holding room or the booking room, whatever it's called. He's fucking sitting there whispering to me like, "Bro, please take this charge for me, bro. Take this charge for me. Please, bro. Please, bro. I'm going to take care of you, bro. You know I can't get this right now." Da-da-da-da. I'm like, "Wesley, bro, you know that I just got off of a conditional discharge, bro. Like, I'm actually like kind of still on it because I had a conditional discharge. It was like for 6 months. As long as I didn't get anything in that 6 months, no charges or anything, wipe my record clean, no harm, no foul. We were in the 6th fucking month. I'm like, "Bro, I cannot do this for you. I'm not taking no charge for you. You know that I'm on a conditional discharge. It's my last month." He like, "Bro, this gonna fuck up my financial aid. This gonna do this. This gonna do that. Da 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 da." And I'm like, "Dog, I'm sorry. I'm not taking that fucking charge for you. That's your shit. That was yours." Right? So we doing that back and forth in the precinct for like, I don't know, 5-10 minutes while the officers is writing up their report. So neither of us fucking said it was ours, right? So basically, they hit both of us with it. Possession of marijuana for both of you. That's what we got, right? And with intent to distribute and all that shit because it was a lot. So yeah, court comes. Well, not court, but like we both had to get lawyers and all this other shit, right? So I remember probably like a month later, they bring me in and he was like, "All right, so you got to give us your story basically." But before they did that, they gave me a full rundown. Now, the lady looked like she was reading off of a paper. They gave me a full rundown of Wesley's story, right? And Wesley was saying it was me, saying that was my weed. I put the QP in his coat, all of this shit, right? Now, remember on the last episode when I was talking about it, I was like, maybe they made that up to try to get me to tell a story, but no, they did not, because they had too many details that only we would know because we were in the car, right? So yeah, he started talking about how like she's reading to me off the shit, talking about how like before we even got arrested, she knew where we was going, what we was doing, all of that. Like, "Oh yeah, so Wesley told me," she basically was like, "Yeah, Wesley told me that you picked him up and then you went to go make a purchase for the QP, and you bought all of this paraphernalia and all of like basically just giving basically everything that he did or that I did for him. He basically said it was me that did it, and he was just a tag along, right?" And like I say that like maybe they could have made that up, but no, they did not, because well, how the fuck would the cops know the behind story or the before story of everything that went on, right? So no, I'm like, no, that is absolutely not true at all. I gave him the full rundown. Look, now I probably did snitch a little bit, because I'm like, "Yo, I'll give you the name of the motherfucker that he bought from." I think I might have made up my name. I don't know. But yeah, she was, oh no, yeah, I'm sorry. She was like, that's not necessary. That's not necessary. But yeah, because they was just worried about us right now. So yeah, I tell him, I'm like, that was his coat. I didn't even, I'm like, when we got pulled over, I had a thick hoodie on. So I didn't even have a coat in the car. When we got arrested, he was in a short sleeve shivering. So that was 1000% his coat. Like, yeah, basically, right? So that's that. So then another like week or two goes by and I get a call that they're dropping all the charges towards me and everything is going towards Wesley now. So I guess because of what I said or something, they did that and put it all on him. But to this day, me and Wesley still do not fuck with each other. And if it's weird because me and Ty are still best friends. I still consider Ty one of my best friends. And Ty still considers Wesley one of his best friends. But it'd be so fucking awkward when we be around each other. Like, we don't really speak. We might say what's up to each other. That's it. But no, like, that nigga really tried to throw me under the bus and was really just like, my life is more important than yours right now. So take this charge. Like, that shit is fucked up. And I don't know, man. It's just know who your real fucking friends are because that's not a real friend. That is not a real friend, and it's crazy. Me and that nigga was together every fucking day, bro. We was together every day. I was the one that had the car. I had the car. He had the weed. We out. Like, shit is crazy, bro. He taught me how to make beats. Smoked my first backwood with that nigga. Taught me how to roll blunts. Like, it's so crazy. Me and him was so like me and Wesley were way closer than me and Ty was because we had the weed that like made our bond stronger because stoners, how stoner friends are. And it's like me and Ty, I've always had a really good relationship with Ty. And now Ty smokes now, so it's like our relationship has gotten stronger with that too. But it's just like it's so crazy to think about, right? Like that nigga really just threw me. He was really just like, bro, your life ain't as important as mine right now. So take this charge for me. Like that shit is crazy, bro. Take your own charges. Stop doing shit like that. And off of that, nextly, this is an unpopular opinion, and I'm probably gonna get some flack for this, but I love that Flex Washington played Michael Jackson, bro. Like, I love that. Now, look, was the movie bad? Yes, from what I can remember. Did he look a fucking mess? Yes, he did look a mess. But at the end of the day, bro, Fleck, he played Michael Jackson. He played one of the greatest artists to ever walk the face of the earth. He got to play him. That is dope as shit. It don't matter if the movie was bad. Like, I was looking it up, and it's like you can't even watch this movie anywhere anymore. So I'm like, I'm really just going off of all memory. But I know it's like they wasn't really allowed to have the songs in the movie. Yeah, like remember, like he had a concert like on 9/11. Yeah, and he was like, "Oh, this day will always be remembered," and because of the concert, right? But then about 10 hours later, the Twin Towers fucking imploded and got blown up and got crashed into. So it's like I don't know, but in my opinion, bro, yes, I'm rocking with Flex for playing Michael Jackson. Y'all can make fun of me all you want. He got paid and he got to play the King of Pop. I'm sure he grew up fucking doing the little moonwalking and the little hee, the little Michael Jackson kick. Everyone did. That's a dream come true. I don't care if it was bad. I still got paid. Now, does it mess up Michael Jackson's legacy a little bit? No, because Michael Jackson wasn't in the movie. Yeah, this was a movie about Michael Jackson, but I can't do nothing about how they want to make some shit about me. That don't have nothing to do with me. Yeah, bro, but Yeah. I I love that he got to play Michael Jackson. And if I was given the opportunity to play Michael Jackson in a movie, I would too. Even though I know I would look a fucking mess. They had my boy looking ashy as shit with that white powder on his face. But he still got to play Mike. Like, that shit is crazy. And it's also funny too because Flex Washington is like 6'4". Michael Jackson is not that fucking tall. But yeah, I'm jacking it, bro. Like, I'm with that. I am okay with that. I am glad that he got to play Michael Jackson, even if it was bad. Even if the movie was bad in its entirety. But he can still, like, that's on his resume. That's on his belt. He can tell his fucking grandkids, great grandkids, I played Michael Jackson in a movie once. That's great, bro. I don't care. You got to portray the king of pop, bro. You winning for that. I know it was a bad movie, and in the black culture, we don't let you lay that shit down. But I'm shooting you some bell, bro. I love that you was him. I love that you got to play that role. Um, and nextly, um, did y'all know that third hand smoke is a thing? I just learned this probably like a week ago. I learned that third hand smoke is a thing, and I learned it. Well, Angela told me, but she learned it from all this like new mommy stuff that she's reading, bro. Like, it's so crazy, and it makes so much sense. But if you don't know what third hand smoke is, basically when you hit a blunt, hit a cigarette, whatever that causes smoke, right? And the smoke floats around. If you in an enclosed area or whatever, or that smoke has to go somewhere. You might think it's just disappearing when you look at it, but no, that smoke is sticking to your clothes, it's sticking to your skin, it's sticking to the fabric around you. Like, and that is the third hand smoke. Like, that's where Angela was telling us, she was like, yo, we have to make sure, like, when our son gets here, it's like, because both of our parents smoke cigarettes, I smoke weed, brother smoke weed, like most of my family smokes. She's like, we have to let them know, like, if you want to be around our baby, you gotta have be like at least 2 hours of you not smoking, so it's not like on your clothes, or bring an extra shirt to change, and make sure you thoroughly washing your hands. Angela's on that new mom kick, so she's not gonna fuck around, and rightfully so. But that shit is so crazy to me, bro. I never knew that. Fucking the chemicals from a cigarette or a blunt or whatever, they literally can stick to your fingers, and you go to hold a baby or you go to pick up a baby, that those chemicals from the third hand smoke can make your baby sick. That shit is crazy. I never ever knew that ever in my life. Like, we all know, like, we know what secondhand smoke is. Somebody smoking around you, you can inhale their smoke, and now, yeah, that makes sense. But it's like, and it's not that the third hand smoke doesn't make sense, because it does make sense. Because you think, well, it does have to go somewhere. It's not really just, even though you don't see it anymore, it's really just not disappearing. So it does make sense, but it really just blew my fucking mind, bro. So, and I say all that to say, if you coming around my son when he's here, make sure that you are fucking crystal clean, bro. No smoking. Even me, I'm gonna have like a designated smoke fit that I'm wear, smoking that, take it off, wash up, and then I'm gonna go hold my baby, hold my son. Same thing for Angela and our grandparents. It's gonna be so funny because it's like, I didn't tell our parents about this yet. And like, I'm just thinking of their reactions and responses to it. Like, I feel like my mom, she might be a little reluctant at first, but she'll probably do her own little research on it and then realize that we wasn't on no bullshit, and she'll start following suit right off the rip. My dad, on the other hand, I can see him being like, John, get the fuck out of my face with that bullshit. We raised you and your brother. Me and your mom smoke like fucking chimneys. Ain't nothing happened to y'all. I can see that being his fucking reaction. And it's like, What do you do in that situation? Because I just want to make Angela happy. And I'm like, well, if she don't want you around our baby with the third hand smoke shit, you just not going to be around them. Unless you can follow the fucking guidelines that we set. Wash your fucking hands, bring you maybe a set of like a clean hoodie that you didn't smoke in, or make sure that you don't fucking smoke at least 2-3 hours before coming to see your grandson. Like I'm gonna stand on business for my son and my wife. And that's just what it is. But yeah, that shit is crazy when you really think about it, bro. I don't know. It's just really some wild shit. And it's wild too, because like I'm sitting here smelling my fingers. My fingers smell like the fucking blunt that I rolled before shooting. I rolled my blunt before shooting so I could smoke it afterwards. But yeah, I don't know. So it does definitely make sense. And now I know I'm gonna have I washed my hands before I started shooting, but now I'm gonna have to like thoroughly scrub them because my fingers still smell like weed and blunts. So yeah, it definitely is a true thing for sure, for sure. And nextly, we got to get into our top and our bottom of the week. So for our top of the week, sorry if y'all hear all the construction. I told y'all, niggas going crazy building that building, and it's loud as shit in here. I don't know if the mic's gonna pick it up, but yeah. But the top of the week goes to Kendrick Lamar for giving hip hop a resurgence, a revival, if you will, and basically, you know, popping out after we haven't really heard from him. Well, no, he was doing stuff with Baby Keem and the Hillbillies and stuff, but Kendrick went crazy. Actually, you know what? It's gonna be co-top of the week because Future got to get that top of the week too because that album is fire, bro. And he's supposed to be dropping another one tomorrow, as in Friday. So yeah, co-top of the weeks is Kendrick and Future. Kendrick for that feature on Like That, and Future just for the entire album. That shit was fire. And my bottom of the week goes to some I'm not gonna call him a random producer, but I didn't really know who he was. I'm guessing their name is Kai from the. All right, this is a woman, I think. Kaizen at Kaizen2K is her at on Twitter, KAIXAN2K. But she's the bottom of the week because she was talking shit on Twitter about one of her beat placements and got her ass removed. So listen, she tweeted, the way I just learned I have a beat placement in this morning. Like she quote tweeted this song, genre Sad Boy, Machine Gun Kelly, and Trippie Redd dropping March 29th, right? She says, the way I just learned I have a beat placement in this morning, and I know it's about to be the worst song I've ever heard. She quote tweeted that original tweet of the song, and that's what she said. So then Trippie Redd, he tweets back, thanks for letting me know you have been removed from the album. Good luck. You're the bottom of the week because sis, why are you blocking your own blessings? If that's how you feel, you tell a friend that. You don't put that on the internet, on a public forum that everyone can see. And especially the artist who made the fucking song on your beat, you dummy. So yes, what is it? Kaizen? I think it's probably pronounced Kaizen. Kaizen. Yeah, Kaizen 2K. You are the bottom of the week because that was just stupid. Shut up. You just messed up your own bag. Dummy. Just because you wanted to talk shit online. Dumb. Mess up your own bag. Psh. Well, yeah, so those are all my those are all my topics for today. So now I'm going to get into some fan questions, As I say on every episode, whenever you see me post the pod time, pod day, what's on your mind / questions, put whatever it is on your mind, whatever thoughts you have, what's bothering you, anything, put it in those boxes, and I will talk about it on the end of the pod, or at the end of the pod, right? So we got 3 fan questions today. And at Dylan Marks, he says top 3 receivers in the league right now. That's a good one. Okay, this is no order. Obviously, no order, because you can put them wherever you want, for real. But I'm going Tyreek Hill. Excuse me, Tyreek Hill. Justin Jefferson, and who I want for that 3rd spot. Fuck, I'm kind of reluctant to say this right now, but I guess it's got to be AJ Brown for me. Those are my top 3. I know you got Devontae Adams, you got fucking DeAndre Hopkins, you got Justin Jefferson, you got Jamar Chase. Like, I could go kind of anywhere, but I'm taking AJ Brown. Like, I really wish that nigga wasn't on the Eagles. I really wish he was on the Steelers somehow. Somehow we got that man. He's great. But they do be shutting him down. So maybe I should take him out of my top 3. But they be shutting Justin Jefferson down too. Fuck. AJ Browner. That's a toss up. I know my first 2 is, well, and again, no order, but Tyreek Hill and fucking, damn, who did I say? I forget who I just said. Tyreek Hill. Did I say Justin Jefferson? I don't know. All right, scrap all of that. Here's the real answer. My top 3, no order. Tyreek Hill, Jamar Chase. No, I don't like Jamar Chase as my top 3. This is hard. um Um. All right, yeah. I'm going Tyreek Hill, AJ Brown, and fuck it. I guess Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson can get it. Even though I don't think he should, but whatever. Yeah, those are the 3. Tyreek Hill, Justin Jefferson, and AJ Brown. Those are my 3. At that shouldn't have took so long. I'm sorry, Dylan Marks. At Lighters Up 112 says, could you be friends with an ex? At this point in my life, I guess maybe. It really depends on how we broke up. But I wouldn't really care, because I have a wife and I'm happily with my wife. And if she didn't give a fuck, I really wouldn't give a fuck. But if I know how that can be problematic for some people. But over here, that's not really a problem we deal with. And Adam Bishop, he says Kendrick with the great with the arrow John. Then he says Drake, arrow John, and then he says Cole, arrow John. So basically, I'm guessing Adam is saying Kendrick is number 1, Drake is number 2, Cole is number 3. I don't know if I fully agree with that. And I really got to know what your guidelines and parameters are for those spots. Because if you're just talking about artists in general, right? Just everything that uh everything that makes up this artist, I would probably put, I don't know, for me, it really just depends on how you look at it. Because if we talking sales, Drake is number one. If we talking rapping ability, Cole has proved, like, Cole is like making a very strong argument with the last like year that he might have the best rapping ability out of the three. And if you're talking about just like pure creativity and just artistry, it's obviously Kendrick Lamar. But I guess when you're talking about overall, I would have to still put Drake number one for me, just because it's like, I know that Drake can actually really, really rap. He makes a bunch of fucking commercial music as well, and all of that stuff. And I've been saying it. Drake is worried about the longevity. He wants to be the biggest for the longest. I don't know, bro. I can't put them in order anymore. You know what? I can't. Unless one of them come out and go like and make it a clear statement like, I am the number one. They're playing musical chairs with that number one spot, bro. That's all I can say. But I will say Drake has had that number one spot the longest. So take that for however you want to take it. But yeah, man, those are all my questions and my topics for today. So I'm gonna shut up. The song of the day is Randy Moss by HeIsMellowD, of course. I want you to make it a great day. Wait, nope. Before I tell you to make it a great day, make sure that you like, share, comment, subscribe, retweet, repost, tell a friend, tell your mom, tell your ops, tell whoever about this amazing, wonderful podcast, so this wonderful, amazing podcast can grow. So now I will tell you to make it a great day or not. The choice is yours, little bitch.
Hey, here's Melody. It's G. I'm Randy Moss today, motherfucker. And that means I catch the pussy in a trick way. Like, you know, she throw the pussy at me and I catch it with one hand, but other hand behind my back or some shit. Like with one eye closed and
Harlem Shake in the motherfucking booth right now. I'm the truth. Smack you with your motherfucking tooth.
Look, fresh up out the coffin. Young nigga be flossing. She throw that pussy at me. Just call me Randy Moss, babe. Ay, just call me Randy Moss, babe. Just call me Randy Moss, babe. Fresh up out the coffin. Young nigga be flossing. She throw that pussy at me. Just call me Randy Moss, babe. Just call me Randy Moss, babe. Just call me Randy Moss. I said that pussy be the end zone. I dabble in her end zone. And I be in the end zone, even in the friend zone. That pussy like a starburst. You know she always come first. She won that competition, made those other bitches disperse. Ooh, she call me Poppy. She a doctor with the sloppy. She know that I'm the shit. Yeah, she love me cause I'm cocky. Like, look like I just play hockey. My back would be so stocky. I'm allergic to apologies. I'm never saying sorry. I'm a playboy like I'm Cardi. I wild out like Jeff Hardy. My niggas with that fuck shit, but I just came to party, girl, so throw that ass up on me. I always got gas on me. You say that you a freak, you gon' have to show me. Fresh up out the coffin, young nigga be flossing. She throw that pussy at me. Just call me Randy Moss, babe. Just call me Randy Moss, babe. Just call me Randy Moss, babe. Fresh up out the coffin, young nigga be flossing. She throw that pussy at me. Just call me Randy Moss, babe. Just call me Randy Moss, babe. Just call me Randy Moss, babe. My solo, where you find me? I'm making moves like hockey. Not anticipating. Used to tell me it was piping. Keep it moving like a U-Haul. Live my best life like I'm Duval. She in the Karma Sutra. Got her in 4-point stance like football. Pop that pussy just like Aggie. I hit it in the back. Her ex-man talk real heavy, but I promise he won't at me. Who thinks he got a wagon? I pull up in G-Wagon. Squirting me up, he got those packs, and now I'm busting play like Madden. Giving his dick is good and plenty. She ride me hard like Hemi. She love them woods and Remy. Love to slurp me like spaghetti. Never gotta act that she don't go. Plus she got her own. Like the fuck just like Nympho. Hit her from the back while I'm blowing on drill. Ayy, fresh up out the coffin. Young nigga be flossing. She throw that pussy at me. Just call me Randy Moss, babe. Ayy, just call me Randy Moss, babe. Ayy, just call me Randy Moss, babe. Fresh up out the coffin. Young nigga be flossing. She throw that pussy at me. Just call me Randy Moss, babe. 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 Fresh up out the coffin, young man got the sauce, yeah. Fresh up out the coffin, young man got the sauce, yeah. She throw that pussy at me. Just call me Randy Moss, babe. Just call me Randy Moss, babe. Just call me Randy Moss, babe. I said I'm fresh up out the coffin, young nigga be flossing. Young nigga be flossing and young man got the sauce, yeah. Call me Randy Moss, yeah.